This is our last supper as a family. Seafood smothered in cheese, and a lobster like no other. After a 10-day family vacation in Ecuador, it was bittersweet and a bit rushed because they immediately stepped onto this bus afterwards, and I didn't.
So my mom and pops and Caleb and Melinda hopped on that bus, and I'm not on that bus because I'm not taking off to the airport and heading back to the States. I'm gonna stick around and do some solo traveling in South America since this is my first time down here. So here we go for another adventure as I wave goodbye to that bus. Well, I was going to wait until the bus was driving off and get that classic shot of the bus leaving, the rest of my family in it, going down off to the airport and out of the country. But it was taking too long, and I'm antsy to get back on my own personal adventure of solo traveling. So, as you can see, the bus is there fading in the distance as if it were driving off. It's just gonna leave, and I didn't want to sit around the bus with a bunch of exhaust around it. So they're off. Goodbye to them, and we had an amazing family vacation together. This is my first time down to South America, south of the equator, and I'm excited to see what this adventure holds. I still don't speak a lot of Spanish, so this should be interesting. It is the next day, and we had a glorious downpour of rain this morning, and it is still overcast, and I am so grateful because I'm on the equator, and it's hot here when the sun is shining. So I hopped a coastal town up north because there was no room in the first coastal town. And then there's no room in this coastal town because it is the national holiday, the once annual huge holiday of Carnival that everybody comes and celebrates and comes to the coast. And so this is the coastal highway here. I talked to a nice gentleman, and he helped me figure out that there were no rooms here. And so I'm gonna keep traveling north off the tourist tracks even further. And I talked to a gentleman in my extremely broken Spanish and was able to discern an hour north is a nice place to end up. I tried getting a ticket at the bus stop, and they said, no, not here. Flag down the green bus. Found a sweet little bakery here, and gonna try some of this. Yes, mi amigo.
Muy delicioso.
Muy delicioso.
Ecuador, muy bueno.
So I was eating my sweet pie there, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a green machine approaching. So throw it in the bag real quick, run out to the street, and this is one of those buses that doesn't really stop. You just hop on it as it's driving down the street. And I'm heading north along the Pacific. Well, confirmation I'm on the right bus because a lady just came down and I said Puerto Lopez, and she said 2.5. So $2.50 for over an hour up to my next stop. Here we go. There goes my bus. I just got off the bus. I'm in a new coastal town, never been here before, don't know where I'm gonna stay. And I'm approaching the beach now. Looks like a very different atmosphere than where I just came from. I was told it was a quiet beach. Apparently not so on Carnival, national holiday. There are a lot of people out here, a lot of families, a lot of children, and everyone is laughing, having a good time. So I'm just gonna walk the coast for a while and see if I find a hostel a bit away from the crowds and the music. We'll start with that. I can't say that I've ever been on such a crowded beach, but there's just a lot of smiling people, a lot of laughter, and everybody is covered in foam and colors and mud, and it's just part of the carnival is everybody smears stuff on everybody else. So pretty fun place to be right now. So I'm on what is probably considered the boardwalk, and I've checked 4 different places now, and everything's just totally full here too. It's just national holiday, and that's what's leading to my adventure. I just sometimes enjoy going along for the ride, not doing a lot of research. I didn't do any really, and just seeing what I can find.
I ended up waiting at this fancy lodge for about an hour because they thought they had a bed for me, but in their busyness, they didn't. So instead of staying in a big wide open space like this, think of the opposite, and that's where I'll be in my next video.